one now. Did Brit say that Faison had 4 kids? I said, if so, this Nathan dude is him. It gotta be. It gotta be. Didn't they say they had somebody inside the police station? He the only one it could have been. But yeah, I was like, it gotta be this dude. When Cullen stopped by, he was looking very suspicious. Nathan and Lulu slept together. Tracy and Alexis was going back and forth about who gets Danny. Jason about to take out Cullen or Brandon or both of them because it's like he was going back and forth. Jocelyn tells Britt not to blow her cover. Sidwell said that Pascal has a crush on Marco. And the last thing is that Ava warned Lucas and Sidwell about Carly. I said, Ava, please. Now I'm about to say your grandson. What is he? Her nephew? Your nephew done told you about Sidwell, but you over here kissing butt. But hey, y'all. Welcome back to another video. This was General Hospital, March 19, 2026. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What y'all think of the episode? So we're going to start with Nathan and Lulu. So they didn't show it unless I'm mistaken. Did they actually show them? I think the last thing I seen yesterday or this morning was Nathan came and picked up Lulu and they went up the steps. But on this episode, they showed them, they was, I think he had his shirt off and everything. They was talking about it and stuff, and she was ready to go again. Next thing you know, Cullum showed up. Cullen showed up, and Nathan or whoever this dude is started acting very suspicious and stuff, and he suddenly had to go. And I think on tomorrow's episode, he's supposed to be telling Dante about Cullen. And I was like, yeah, dude, you ain't, who is you? Who are you? Well, yeah, y'all been saying that ain't Nathan, and they ain't confirmed it yet, but it looked like that's not Nathan. But yeah, what else happened? After Cullen stopped by, what did Cullen want? Oh, he wanted to talk to Charlotte, and she was like, she ain't there and stuff like that, and either way it go, you ain't gonna speak to her. You ain't gonna speak to her regardless. And, he just creepy. And when he left, Lulu said that she was like, he creepy or whatever. And she was trying to pick up where she left off with Nathan or whatever, and he was like, well, I gotta go. And I was like, yeah, but wait, let's backtrack. Cullen, as soon as he came in, he was looking at Nathan. Nathan was looking at him, and I was like, y'all know each other, don't y'all? And then I don't know if they did an introduction or what, but this man, they know each other. You could tell. You could tell something off. Something ain't right. I don't know what that was, but something ain't right now. But yeah, what else? Alexis and Tracy was just arguing about who gets Danny and stuff. And I thought Jason said, or he was asking Danny yesterday, who would he like to, not who would he like to live with, but would he be okay with moving in with Alexis? So it's been decided, ain't it? I think it done been decided. I don't know. But yeah, they going back and forth. Olivia started blowing up Tracy, talking about a family meeting. I said, I know what that's about. She want to talk about the fact that Michael and Jacinda didn't lock no doors and stuff. First of all, ain't the gay house all the way, like, I don't know, I'm picturing it's supposed to be far from the house, and what the kids got the business doing? I said that all the way wrong. They ain't got no business down there, but especially not by themselves. And I said, so, if that was still where, because wasn't that where Michael and Willow, I said, okay, now, so if that still was their place, they still had to lock the door, even though they ain't supposed to be down. Y'all gonna have a whole family meeting over that? Maybe I'm wrong, because I did see some people saying that, yeah, they should have locked the door or whatever. But I was like, no. I said, maybe this is just Michael sign to get his own place, because no. But yeah, she studied texting and blowing up Tracy's phone about a family meeting and stuff, and Michael was talking to somebody and stuff, and I was like, yeah, Michael, just get your own place at this point. Just get your own place. Lucas and Ava. That whole little scene was Ava trying to warn Lucas about Carly, and she set a trap, and she trying to set y'all up, and she trying to interfere with y'all and break y'all up and stuff. I said, you worry about the wrong thing. Y'all in danger. They finna start grabbing people one by one. Lucas the first one. Lucas and Britt. Look at Britt over here. We finna get to her in a minute. She over here packing and stuff. If somebody's trying to murder you, or they gonna murder you when they find out y'all working against them, or whatever, the clothes, the last thing you should be worried about. Then Jason over here having flashbacks. Y'all the worst. I said, this the hit, man. Look, at first I had wrote down, I said, look at Jason, finally about to do his job, finally about to do some work. But then they showed him he having flashbacks of conversations with his family and stuff. And I say, get somebody else to do it. He looked like he about to cry. I said, okay, Anna Jr. Anna always crying. Every time we see Anna, she crying. Hold on. But yeah, Lucas and Ava, like I said, first she was warning Lucas about Carly trying to break them up, and he was like, she not trying to do that, but if she is, he believes in what they have and stuff. Then she went to tell Sidwell the same thing, like, you can't trust her and stuff. Shut up. You gonna be down there in the basement or in the catacombs or whatever they said them places is. All y'all gonna be tied up. Lucy too. Look, everybody must go. But I was assuming that everything was gonna start to happen once he had that party. But look, stuff's starting to happen now, or at least we assuming so. But what else? Carly and Brennan, they was having a conversation. She revealed that her and Josh got into it about Sonny, and they was talking about liars and stuff. And he kind of seemed like he wanted to tell her the truth, but she already know either way to go. And then he ends up getting a call, so he ends up leaving, or whatever. Britt and Josh, she wanted to make sure that Britt didn't tell that she an agent. And she ends up telling us she want to see Cullen taken down more than anybody, so she ain't gonna say nothing. I said, y'all both look, both y'all gonna get grabbed. And she also told Jocelyn that just because you think that Cullen's not onto you doesn't mean he ain't. I mean, because he keep watching her. He keep watching her. Now, like I said, now that Pascal don't snitch, I said everybody gotta go. It's too many. They could really pick anybody. They gotta get Britt. They gotta get Lucas or whatever. We know they're gonna get Lucas. Lucas at the top of the list. What Sewell said, I comfort Marco at Lucas' funeral. I was like, yeah, Lucas, you the first person about to go. And then Brad's supposed to be talking to him on tomorrow's episode. I said, y'all worry about the... No, because Marco gave him the medication and said, give it to Britt or whatever. Now Brad want to talk to him. You holding them up. You holding them up. But I think they next stop is going to be the Britt place. I don't know if Jason's going to actually take this dude down or what, but I don't know. Probably not. We'll see. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Carly Brennan, we talked about that. Britt and Josh. She said you don't know if he actually onto you or not. She told her to leave. So did she ever leave? I think so. I want to say she left. But I was like, yeah, y'all go. They already. Didn't they say they had eyes on these folks? Didn't they say? Didn't Marco tell this girl that he had eyes on her? But hard-headed. Nobody listen around here. Shoot, excuse me. Pascal said, well, Marco, I think Pascal was still trying to warn Sidwell about Lucas, and Lucas gonna get to Marco and all this other stuff. And Sidwell said, you think I don't notice that you got a little crush on my son? And he was so shocked that Sidwell said that. I said, y'all, when y'all first was saying that, I said, that didn't even cross my mind. But now, when they kept showing him and stuff like that, he eavesdropping or whatever, I was like, yeah, I might be right. And Sidwell said, I know you got a little crush on my son. Whatever, Marco showed up. Sidwell was landing on a little thick, thanking Marco and stuff like that, and he still went in that safe and stole the medication. Pascal came in, checked the safe, told Cullen that it's missing or whatever, and I told you, and I told Mr. Sidwell, or whatever he called him, that Lucas couldn't be trusted and all this other stuff, and he was gonna get to Marco. And he was like, you sure did. And he talking to Brennan at the end of the episode. I can't remember what he was talking to Brennan about though. Look, I was trying to write it down, but there was so much noise. I probably should have went to the car like before. But yeah, I don't know what Brennan and Cullen was talking about, but then they showed Jason, he on the roof and stuff. First he head over there on Cullen or whatever, then, showed Brennan, and they showed him thinking about his conversation with Carly about if Brennan hurt her and stuff like that, how he's gonna murder him. So I was like, well, if one go down, then the other one more than likely gonna move out the way, so I don't know who he gonna hit, or if he's gonna hit anybody. But we'll see. Let's see what Marco... I already said Marco got the medication. He told Lucas he ends up going to give Lucas the medication and everything. And Marco was like, he believes that his dad is going to protect him. And I want to see. I want to see if he actually protects him or if he tries to eliminate him. Because didn't he threaten him before? But I don't know. And I want to see if Sidwell was the one who did something to Natalia too. Marco, Lucas, we talked about the Cullen, Brennan. I don't know what they was talking about. I forgot. I think that's everything, y'all. Let me see. Brennan said that he loved Carla. She want him to be honest. Ava tells Silver she thinks Carla is manipulating them. Pascal sees the meds gone, tells Cullen. Cullen wanted to talk to Charlotte. Pascal tells Cullen that the meds are missing. That's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a good rest of the day and be safe.